Hi, everybody. Guess who? Guess who? Yes, it's Kim Wei. We are spotlighting on the neck and shoulders. You'll notice that I'm in my chair this week, and I'd love for you to get the chair too. But if you don't have a chair and you want to be on the floor, totally fine too. But this is, they say the sitting is the new smoking. We do so much sitting that we just do a lot of this collapsing. And look at the neck here. Look how I'm jutting my head forward. I've got this nice big curve, plus this kyphotic curve all the way down. Everything is getting very tight and cut off and restricted. All that blood that could go to the head is getting cut off because of this. So we're practicing this sitting up and this putting head right on top. So here I am, my tailbone is pointing to my knees, but if I turn my pelvic floor to the floor, if I turn my pelvic floor to the floor, I automatically sit up. Okay? And then once I automatically sit up, I'm going to slide my head, the back of my head over my lower back, and then I'm in a right posture. Sometimes we have this big open valve here in our front chest, in our front rib cage, so double check that you're knitting those together and you're sitting up nice and tall. You can't see, but I'm putting my knees right over my ankles and my feet are hip distance apart. My knees are hip distance apart and I'm sitting up nice and tall. Okay, I'm going to hold the sides of my chair here. Really feel that idea that the pelvic floor is dropping towards the chair and my crown of the head is reaching up. Who cares? My spine. So think about this, the roof of my mouth, down through the neck, down through the torso, all the pelvis, through the tailbone is my spine, and I'm absolutely perpendicular to the floor. It loves that. And then all the discs in my spine are loving it. They're just nice and cushiony. Okay? Now, we're going to keep the torso the way it is, but we're just going to rotate the head. So we're going to rotate to the left and to the right. Now, this seems super easy. I know. You're just like, come on, right? You want to get to something even more. But what you're doing right now is so sweet. You're putting some motion in here. You're getting some lotion in here. Just turning the head side to side. I want you to double check, what does it feel like going to the left? And what does it feel like going to the right? Is there a difference? You're not cranking it. You're not making it do it. You're just letting it turn. Now, if you think you're such a fancy pants that you can go a little bit more difficult, check to see if your ears are staying level the whole time. Are you turning and keeping your ears level? And if you want to look here for a moment, or are you collapsing once you turn? Oftentimes we collapse once we turn, and you see how my one shoulder's dropping a little bit. So how do you do this turn and you keep the ears right in line? Okay. And then the last thing as we finish up here is imagine you're on a pillow, your back of head is on a pillow, and you're just rolling side to side. So you want to be leaning the head, the back of the head, over that lower back still. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Forward. Awesome. Now we're going to tuck the chin to the throat. Notice I didn't say chest. Chin to the throat, and we're just going to breathe. Mindfully. I know you've been breathing this whole time, so it's mindful breaths. See if you can breathe right into that lower neck, right into the shoulders. Keep the chest lifting to the chin. Every time you inhale, see if you can get that chest to lift up to the chin. Instead of making the chin drop down, you're trying to lift the chest up. Two more breaths. Okay, now on the next exhale, we're going to slide the chin over to the right collarbone. So you're sliding the chin over to the right collarbone. Your nose is aiming towards that right armpit. Take the right arm up and don't pull the head, but weight it down. Your chin and your nose are looking towards the armpit. Now, some of you are loving this and you can enjoy it. Some of you can grab a hold of the chair here and lean away if you want, or working deeper still, you could even bind the arm around. So whatever variation works for you. We're keeping the torso in that mountain pose, in that perpendicular sense. We're not collapsing. The head isn't heavy and hanging, it's tilted and leaning. Breaths. Good. Now slide that right hand to the forehead, very dramatic, like put your head on top and go back to your turns. So, so loving, isn't it? Just to move that head. Okay, let's check in on that other side. Turn the chin towards the left collarbone and drop that left chin, your left chin, drop your chin down to the left collarbone. And now we're going to take that left arm. Again, we're not pulling on the head, we're weighting it down. Some of you may want to grab the leg of the chair on the right side. Some of you may want to bind your arm around. Some of you may just love what you're doing. 8 breaths. The nose and the armpit are aiming towards that. The nose and the chin are aiming towards that armpit, that left armpit. As we've been talking about through the series of classes, if you're not thinking about what you're feeling, you're kind of sort of wasting your time. This mindful movement is about noticing those little details. I had someone describe it to me once as it's like watching a really good movie while you're painting your fingernails. Every time you look down, you miss those reactions, those subtleties in the shots. So same thing here. Don't miss it. One more deep breath. And again, sliding your hand underneath the forehead, go ahead and pick it back up, center it, hands in your lap again, put your head on imaginary pillow, and we're just going to rotate. What you feeling? And where? Beautiful. 7 and 8. Good. Looking forward again. Take your right arm and put it on your left collarbone, or sorry, your left shoulder. I'll mirror you. Your right arm on your left shoulder. Okay. And now you're just going to look away from that hand. So you're moving this right shoulder blade away from the spine. Keep working those fingertips down towards the left shoulder blade. You're moving it. You're getting a nice release in the neck. One more deep breath. Okay, lift the head up. Now take your right arm and stretch it out. Keep it on the diagonal of you. hook your right arm underneath, left arm underneath it, and see if you can pull it a little bit more at the same time as you're putting it in place. So we're using this left arm to pull the arm, but then you're keeping the integrity. And again, playing with what you want with your neck. Some of you could even do that Garudasana here. Whichever variation feels nice. Using that left arm to open up that right. So nice. And release, pause. And switcheroo. Let's take our left arm and hold the right shoulder. Okay, look away from that hand and take 5 long, deep breaths. Feel that shoulder blade moving away from the spine. Keep working those left fingertips back. Use this action. The neck stem between those shoulder blades. Good. Now reaching that left arm out, really hug it in and clamp that right arm around. Again, we're trying to pull it out, but keeping our integrity there. Using this right arm to pull it out, but keeping that integrity, or you're coming into full Garudasana. Using yoga, right? Using it. Whatever you need to do here. Whatever you want to do, feel it, feel it, feel it. Two more big breaths. Very nice. And pause. Sit up nice and tall. Imagine that your head is like a helium balloon and it's just floating up. The shoulders are anchored to the floor. Okay, last thing now. Turn and look towards the right. Take your left hand and put it on your cheek and resist your head from turning. So you're trying to look back to the center, but your hand is relaxed, but it's dynamically pushing you away. We're going to hold this for 5 breaths. Nice conversation going here between the head wanting to turn and the hand, shoulders relaxed, but not letting it. Two. And release. Look to the right again and center. Look to the right again and center. Is it getting any more mobility here? Turn it. 2 more. Turn it. I hope you did. Maybe not though. And good. Let's switch sides. Look to the left. Shoulders are relaxed. Right hand on the cheek. Same thing. Conversation. 5 breaths. Good. And release. Look center. Let's go back. Look to the left and center and left and center and left and center and left and center. How are you doing? I hope you enjoyed that. Do it a couple of times and I'll see you guys soon.